What's up, hard heads? Welcome back to the Hardcover Hooligans podcast. As always, my name is Violet Sorengale, and with me today is Zayden Rierson.
Those aren't Mac the wait, those aren't our names. What are you talking about?
We're talking about Fourth Wing, and of course, I'm just joking around. I am not nearly as cute of a girl as Violet Sorengale is, and you're not nearly as tall, dark, and handsome as Zayden Rierson is. No offense. But he is comically beautiful. Like, it is absurd, and I am going to talk about it. But Danilo, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go shoot.
Would you have any hang-ups about having sex in college? I'm not sure if it's about losing your virginity, but because that's not really clear.
Just vague hang-ups about having sex in college?
Yeah.
No.
All right, well, what a start. So today we're talking about Fourth Wing, written by one Rebecca Yarros. I did not know this until I started working at Barnes & Noble. Well, I had worked at Barnes & Noble a number of years ago, but I started there again for a little bit, and she really exploded into popularity with this, it's called the Empyrean series. Okay. I believe it is, I know it is. It's going to be a trilogy. The third one is yet to release yet. So far we just have Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, but what I did not know is that she actually has been writing for a number of years and was just writing romance novels.
Oh.
Which is why I asked you in the previous episode, I was like, had Sarah J. Maas ever written a romance novel before? Because she's been writing romance novels since I think 2014, not with an incredible regularity. She has like 4 or 5 in like the 10 years of writing. But she... sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, the name Rebecca Yarros sounds like she's an NPR,
correspondent
or something.
No, she... That
is her real name? It's not like a pen name or anything?
That is her real name. She's graduated... I just want to make this clear, because I'm going to talk about this book. She does have on her Wikipedia, it says she studied European history and English. So she does know how to write. Objectively, you feel like you have to graduate with an English degree. Now, I'm going to give you the top-level overview of Fourth Wing. Oh, sorry.
Can we go even further back? Because I'll tell you what, I know nothing about Fourth Wing except that it is popular and it is controversial and that you're reading it for this podcast. Like, is it sci-fi?
Really? Oh, okay.
Fantasy?
So
I have absolutely no idea.
It is.
In my mind, it's about pilots. Fantasy pilots.
It's about they do ride dragons. That is what it is.
So they are fantasy pilots.
Yes,
it's like
it is fantasy, and the whole book takes place at Fantasy Dragon Riding School, which is why I asked you about having sex in your dorm room in college. So. I'll give you the top level, the abstract for Fourth Wing.
And this is how the book opens, right? With an abstract, and then there's like the research section. And...
I think I'm just going to read the cover flap. I do have my own, but it's not as good. It's just not as good. So shouts out to, I don't know if it was maybe the publisher, Entangled Red Tower Books, something I've never heard of before.
It's probably like an imprint of Penguin Random House, and this is written by some intern or something.
Enter the brutal and elite world of a war college for dragon riders. 20-year-old... Oh, she's 20. I didn't know that.
Oh.
20-year-old Violet Sorengale was supposed to enter the scribe quadrant, living a quiet life among books and history. Now, the commanding general, also known as her tough as Talon's mother, see what I mean? It's pretty good, has ordered Violet to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of Navarre. Dragon Riders. Navarre is the name of the land. I don't know how you say it. Navarre. Yeah, Navarre. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away, because dragons don't bond to fragile humans. They incinerate them. With fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her just for being her mother's daughter. Like Xaden Ryerson, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders Quadrant. She'll need every edge her wits can give her just to see the next sunrise, yet with every day that passes, the war outside grows more deadly. The kingdom's protective wards are failing, and the death toll continues to rise. Even worse, Violet begins to suspect leadership is hiding a terrible secret. Now, I just have to say, I've read half the book so far. There's been no hint about the leadership hiding a terrible secret. Friends, enemies, lovers, everyone at Basgiath War College has an agenda because once you enter, there are only two ways out. Graduate or die. Whoa.
That's some high stakes.
Stuff.
So her mom is like the teacher at the college?
She is she's like General MacArthur like in real life to there is like a king, there's like a king of the land whom I haven't met yet, and then there's like the lead general, and then she's directly below that person, but she does oversee the college. Like she's in charge of the entire college. She's the MacArthur
to the other one's Eisenhower.
She is evil. I guess
to use a phrase everyone will know and immediately track.
To bring out Dwight D for a moment.
We like Ike. We just want to pause our program to say that Hard Code for Hooligans supports the presidential run of Dwight D. Eisenhower.
We love Ike. I don't like Ike. I love Ike. Her mom, she's like the dean. She's like evil Dumbledore, except she's barely in it. Like, she really is seriously barely in it. I mean, so far. I am, I should say, I'll show you, Danilo. This is only for you, but I have the special edition. This is not normally what the book looks like, and it has, an extra chapter or two. I don't know where that extra chapter or two is, because it doesn't, I don't know if it's like at the end. So
director's cut.
Yeah, so I have
all the other stuff was cut for time.
I think it probably should have been. I read until I read a little bit less than half, because I'm pretty sure some of that stuff is like a chunk of the ending, or not chunk of the ending of the book, chunk of the like physical page count ending. But having said that, halfway through the book, we are just now like, all right, the plot is starting to move forward. People have their dragons now, and they're ready to go on adventures.
All right. So it's a lot like A Court of Thorns and Roses in that way, as that doesn't get going until halfway through, and then the whole plot happens.
Correct, but the difference is, and this is why, ladies and germs, this book is terrible, okay? I need to make that very clear. But as we have talked about on this show, it is not embarrassing to like terrible things, and I think I like this book. I don't love it. I don't even like it, but I'm enjoying reading it, and even if we stopped recording episodes for the I would finish it. I would finish it.
I would also say this is probably my just like book biases. Already, I am more on board to like military dragon riding school than I would be to like fairy romance, which is just that's like true. You know, that's fair. Just like conceptually.
This is like swords and sorcery romance, is what this is. This is like playing in the pocket of like a Glenn Cook. What if Glenn Cook's Black Company, but they were also fucking each other the whole time? It's like it was sort of in that zone. It's not as violent like as maybe a stereotypical. It is probably, if like romantasy is the buzzword I've heard thrown around with this kind of book, it might be one of the more, if not the most violent one out there. But even compared to something like, I don't know, A Game of Thrones, not even A Song of Ice and Fire, just the first book, A Game of Thrones, it is not nearly as violent as that.
Is it YA, or is it that like more branded as like new adult? You know, this new genre that people are putting forward.
It is, if you go and you find it is shelved not in YA. It is pretty sexually explicit. Now, that having said that, I have not gotten to any of those moments. There's just been sort of hints, but the hints there, I'm like, listen, I don't have any kids. When I worked at the bookstore, there were many like 13-year-old girls with their moms buying the book as I was reading it, and I was like, do you know what's in here? Not that I care, but it's like, I don't know. yeah, but it's it has been an interesting reading. Oh, this is what I was going to say. The difference is that, yes, maybe the overarching plot doesn't start yet. For example, I still don't know why it's called the Empyrean series. I don't think it's about Elden Ring. That joke is for 5 people.
I was also going to say it's about Ronnie.
But there's always something happening, and it's like contrived. It's contrived, but they're like,
sure.
before we do this, we have to do a big scary obstacle course, and after the obstacle course, we have to like meet all the scary dragons, and then after we meet all the scary dragons, the dragons have to choose them in like a battle royale situation, and it's all like silly, but it is entertaining to read.
Well, that's interesting because even the idea of dragon riding military college, like that idea, like baked into it is already like the idea of school and you having to do a lot of random stuff for school just because. Whereas, but probably one of the issues with ACOTAR is that like the bad guy has to come at the end to like do the plot and to be like, these are your challenges and blah blah blah.
And there's like
because the rest
of
it people are doing like, hey, do what you want. Like that's not really a story when the most handsome man ever kidnaps you, gives you everything you want, and say, have fun.
Yeah. Because there's like bullies at the school, and there's like, so even if we're not dealing with like
the whole school,
oh my God,
it's like Harry Potter and all the school stuff.
We have our Malfoy character, we have those foils, in addition to like the hints about who the Voldemort characters like are supposed to be.
Sure.
But okay, let's start with some basics. Some. I just want to give you a how this book is written. I'm gonna give you 2 quotes that I find pretty indicative. Okay.
All right.
The scar that marks his eyebrow only makes him hotter, flaming hot, scorching hot, gets you in trouble and you like it level hot. Now, here's another one. A character says to her, this is not a direct quote, except for what Violet says. That part is a direct quote. But her friend Rhiannon says, "So why are you here? Like, did you volunteer to do this?" And Violet scoffs and she says, "More like voluntold." Now, hang on. Here's also this, and now I just need to let everybody know that this line has no punctuation in it. Okay, this has no punctuation in it. It's not the first time I've heard her curse the sickness that killed her while she was pregnant with me, or the library Dad made my second home once she'd been stationed here at Basgiath as an instructor and he as a scribe. Now that's like a... she was in the jungle researching spiders.
That's exactly what I was going to say before her mom died or whatever.
Yeah, so it's very similar. I would say that the book does get better written as it goes on. There's nothing as terrible as that. There's like cringy lines and like Xaden calls her violence, and it's like, ugh, that's lame as fuck. But I mean, that just is the stuff that I don't think is for me. I don't know if that's bad, but
it feels very How old is Rebecca Yarros?
Oh, that's a good question. I have her. She is 43 years old.
Oh.
But she is writing in the pocket. She is definitely writing in the pocket of like a young, like one of these,
like a Gen Z younger millennial.
Yeah, like somebody who got like a deal because they posted their book idea on BookTok and it got like 5.5 billion views. Now, having said that about the billion views, videos about Fourth Wing across TikTok have reached over like 5 billion views. Like this book is bigger than Gone. This book is so popular.
And are most people reading it? I guess you're like you were saying at the bookstore, like sometimes it's kids and sometimes it's, because I've only seen like grown ass adults talking about it. I also don't have children on my TikTok feed, so that's,
yeah, I don't see like, on the internet.
Ryan Opens Toys is not reading the Fourth Wing, right, or whatever.
Oh my God. No, but maybe his mom is. No, I have seen this phenomenon. I don't know, but I haven't seen it with any other BookTok book of like partners getting their male partner to read like sections of it, or like secretly recording them reading a passage, and they like get excited and freak out, because I think it is that kind of, this is like a popcorn. This book is like the first Avengers movie. Like, I really like that movie, but especially in retrospect, like, it's really corny and, like, sucks, kind of.
Yeah.
But I still really like it, and it's, like, an important part of my childhood, and I think that this, I guess I wasn't a child, but, a younger personhood, and I think Fourth Wing is like that for Harry Potter fans. It's like getting to read a new Harry Potter, but this time they're fucking each other, and it's like
and I think there's always going to be like a void in like the culture or the marketplace to have like something that's fun and easy and reasonably well crafted that can be popular and you can talk to people about, like, you know, Harry Potter, Twilight, all that stuff. And so I guess that seems to be scratched. Like, it's action, it has action for the boys,
it does,
it's got romance for the girls, you know, like all that sort of stuff. It apparently 13-year-olds can read it, and so can, you know, 40-year-old couples, you know. So yeah, interesting.
But yeah, no, you're totally right. I mean, it does seem to be the greatest unifier of our time is Fourth Wing.
Do you think there's going to be a movie about it?
There is actually a deal with it's not a movie, it's a TV series with Amazon.
Oh, sure. And I was going to say, like, another example I was like Hunger Games, like, as a big deal. And then all the lesser ones like Divergent and Allegiant and Maze Runner that were trying to be that. But now it seems like the tide is turning in this romantasy thing, you know, where it's not teen dystopian, it's fantasy romance.
I want to have sex with this ogre or whatever.
Because the only drawback about Lord of the Rings is they never have sex.
They don't fuck Bill, Tom, and Fred or whatever the trolls' names are. So we'll go through some characters, and then the reason I am stalling so much to give the summary is that, to be honest, not a lot. Like, I don't think any of this is like interesting to talk about. Like, I find the phenomenon of Fourth Wing so much more fascinating than the actual story about what's going on, because I like it, but I don't know, man. It's not, you know, I don't understand why this is so. I mean, aside from the reasons we just laid out.
I mean, hey, maybe, you know, could be Mistborn effect. Could be the end of the book is really like plots along and is so exciting. Because when I was reading all like the ACOTAR reviews, people were like, oh, you know, when I tried to reread ACOTAR, I forgot how long and boring the first 3/4 of it are before the whole plot happens.
Right.
But then when you finish, you remember, like, oh, that was so exciting, so much happened. So you forget the boring part where nothing happens.
We have the Sanderlanche, and now we have the Yarros cane.
There's something there.
yeah. We'll work on it. Email me if you want to hang out and work on it. so I'll just give some of these are the main characters here. Violet Sorrengail, her mom. She has a name, but I don't care. General Sorrengail is what she's referred to as.
Okay, that's badass.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Sorrengail's a pretty sweet last name. Her sister,
not Archeron, and she's an archer.
Yeah, that's fairy archer. She has a sister named Mira Sorrengail who is like an established rider, and she's like kick-ass, and she like, because you go to school to become the dragon rider, and then you serve. That's not like the only part of their military, but it's like, what if the Air Force was the coolest, most dangerous, badass thing in the universe, and that's sort of the idea. Her brother Brennan, he died. He was a member of he was like a rider and was like one of the best ones, but he died. And when he died, her mom like completely shut down. We have her friend that she meets in the school. Her name is Rhiannon. She's like they're buddies. They're always together. Dane Atos is Violet's childhood best friend, who it's his second year at Basgiath War College. There's 3 years. 3 years, but you get your dragon the first like 3 months, so it's mostly dragon riding. If you usually die, it's either you die, you graduate or die, as I said up top.
Is that actually a rule? You have to graduate or they kill you?
Well, if
you die trying to get bonded to a dragon,
because you'll just be there forever otherwise. Because there are like characters who are repeating their like first year.
You can't get in so much trouble you get expelled.
No, unfortunately, I think there's like a moment in this book. It's actually pretty hardcore where a character, so like the dragons give you a magic power. Like everybody has their own unique magic power. Pretty cool. And one character, he's like an intrinsic is what I think they're called, and he can like read people's thoughts, but he doesn't understand what's happening, and so he's just like walking around campus saying like babbling, and when the teacher realizes what's going on, he just walks up and snaps his neck. It's like, because he like if he were to have figured it out already, he would have. And it was like, damn.
Oh, also like the dragon gave him this mind reading power, and the guy didn't know like what was going on.
Yeah, he was going like crazy, and the guy snapped his neck. It's pretty. And then there's like a moment where he's like, "And that's the professor of magic." It was like, I kind of like that.
That's pretty well. I mean, that at least shows that like there's stakes. Like it seems cool that hey, it's a war college. They're gonna send
you go to war,
off to war, and it's hardcore. And these dragons could kill you. There's magic that could drive you crazy.
Yeah,
I like that. It's not just it's fun and no one ever gets hurt.
Yeah, that's stupid as fuck. No, it's not like that. Well, a cool part. I think the more I talk about this, like I can't believe I'm getting excited to talk about this. But there is like a cool. She's a terrible writer, but she is shockingly good at just like being very subtle about things. Like, there are these there's like this story that she had when she was a kid, and there's like this race of creature called Venin, and it's like they're not real. It's like vampire. It's like, you know, werewolves or vampires according to us. But the Venin are people who were like horribly transformed after they bonded to their dragon, and then it didn't work. Like they couldn't control their magic, and after like 6 months they like transform into a scary beast. And,
interesting.
And it's like just a fable, but she's like going to the library and asking for a copy of this book, and like the scribes have no idea what she's talking about. And the part that I just finished was like, they were like, so a student said like, I heard about somebody who like couldn't control their magic after a period of time. I don't know what happened to them, but they like left the school, and it's like, oh shit, so maybe it is real. But those are the only like 2 or 3 times that's ever brought up, and so it's kind of cool.
Is it like just the dialogue that's like cringe sometimes? Like
no,
the way
it's just like moments
talk?
like I said, like the scar that marks his eyebrow only makes him hotter.
That's like that. Oh.
But like the dialogue is fine. Actually,
do you think it's because she's like trying to have it appeal to young people? Because I could see how like.
It does certainly feel. I did not know she was 43. Some of it does definitely feel like, hey, I'm hanging out. Like I'm like you guys.
Yeah, like the world building could be solid, and it seems like she understands like, oh hey, this is a very rich idea for a story, and like is exploiting that well, but like the words on the page,
it does feel forced.
Oh, I have to write this as if, you know, an 18-year-old would like it, and how would my son write or my daughter write this or something?
Because there's like a moment where like like the narratorial voice is like, I lost my freaking mind, and it's like, and there's like weird stuff where she's like, oh, that happened in October, and I'm like, so you have the Gregorian calendar in this world? Like there's just like, I'm like,
no wait, there's no appendix where it's like, I've actually translated this text.
No, Danilo, there's no appendix. The book also starts incredibly bizarrely. There's like a map on the front flap that definitely feels like the publisher made it, and also all of the descriptions of the college, I'm like, this doesn't line up to that map at all. It's first of all completely reversed. She's like, the writer's quadrant was in the south, and on the map it's the north. It's the northernmost part of the college is where the writer's quadrant. So doesn't make a great first impression, and all those all that dialogue I just read, those bad examples, are seriously in the first 30 pages, but it levels out, and that's a really good point. It does sort of feel like that Steve Buscemi meme. It's like, how you do, fellow kids? Like, I'm just like you.
It could be like, you know, she's figured it out. Hey, we need something to sell. We need something that's the next Harry Potter for this Gen Z people.
Yeah.
What if he's hot and they use freaking? You know?
Yeah, because kids say, what the freak is going on here? And Dave Navarre. Okay, so I guess I'll talk about the plot. So the book opens, and we're already at college, which thank fucking God, because I would hate to have them have to go to college. Violet is on her way to her mom's office, and her mom is arguing with her sister, and they've like made the executive decision to send her to the dragon quadrant because everybody in the family always goes and they ride dragons. Like, Mira is really good at it, and General Sorengale is, like, the best to ever do it, but Violet is, like, 4'10", and she's brittle, and she's so small, and she's so fragile, and she doesn't know if she can ride a big, scary dragon. And her sister is like, no, you can't send her away. You can't send her to the Rider's Quadrant, because she wants to be a scribe. She wants to be a historian, because that's what her father was.
So you can go to war college, and either you could join the Air Force, or you you get
sent
fly
to
drones in an office.
Yes, that's exactly what. I guess there's like an option to be sent just to be an infantryman, but if you pass this fantasy version of the ASVAB, you get to choose like what college you want to go to, and there are healers, the scribes, there might be another one, and then the Rider's Quadrant.
Imagine you do the SAT so well, they put you in West Point to drive tanks.
Well, it's not that they just put you in West Point. It's like they just strap you to the outside of a fighter jet and are like, if you can make it, if you survive this, you can have
you did really good at your reading and math. This F-16 is going to give you a magic power that might break your mind.
So she goes, and she's like, oh my god, and this is moving at a clip. She's like, oh, I don't want to go, you're going, and then like she literally like walks outside and joins the line of people going into the Rider's Quadrant. Like, it's happening in real time. She goes, her sister is like, now I gotta tell you something, you cannot ever meet a person named Zayden Ryerson. It's really important that you don't meet this guy or ever talk to him, because his father, Fen Ryerson, was the person who started the rebellion in Navarre that, like, got a bunch of people killed, and General Sorengale gave the executive order to, like, they were going to execute the leaders of the rebellion and send all of their children to the Rider's Quadrant, like, conscript them into service and control them magically.
Okay, so, question.
Yes, answer.
This is a war college.
Yes.
Is there like a war? Is Navarre like at war with anyone?
They are. They are at war with a neighboring country that uses. Now it's either vague or I zoned out. So I just want to because it's not. I don't really care about that part. But okay. So Navarre is situated in a place called the Vale, and the Vale, for some reason, is very important to dragons. Hence why dragons have like signed an ancient agreement with humans to be like, okay, we'll protect you guys here because we can live here harmoniously, and we can both protect our home from the outside. And since Navarre has dragons, it becomes really, really powerful because dragons kick ass. And they've like assimilated all of these other countries except for the one right next door, which I don't remember the name of, but they have like griffins. But it's like mysterious because the Navarre is sort of getting their ass kicked, but the only animal that like they use to fight the dragons are griffins, and like in a fight the dragons always win, but nobody knows like why the dragons are disappearing and why like the outposts of Navarre keep being destroyed, and why the magical wards protecting the Vale are like faltering, because they're only up because of the dragons. So if the wards are faltering, then the dragons must be dying or disappearing or switching sides or something.
And that means like all the other countries will like swoop in and destroy them. All right.
So she gets in line to join the war college or the Rider's Quadrant, and the first test, the thing you have to do to get there, the only way into the Rider's Quadrant, except for like tunnels underneath the school for like the healers and the scribes to go back and forth, is you have to cross an 18-inch parapet that crosses like a canyon, like a big scary canyon. Okay. The idea is if the wind is able to knock you off of this, there's no way you'd be able to ride a dragon. So that's the first thing you have to do.
But also, would you be holding on to a dragon?
You would be, and I don't think there are like harnesses, but yeah, you would be holding on to it. I would think. We'll talk about that later, because I'm not really sure. But so there's like she gets up to the top of the parapet, and like literally the person taking names to cross the bridge is Zayden Ryerson. He's just right there, and he's the hot guy. That's the scar above his eyebrow only serves to make him hot. He's tall, dark, and handsome. He is the sexiest man of all time. And he looks at Violet and he's like so evil, because he instantly he's like, your mom is the one that killed my whole shit. Like, they fucked up everything. They ruined my life. We learn later that this is perhaps a ruse, but that is what what Violet feels, at least at first.
And we don't know anything about this rebellion that his family led. Like, was it justified or why they did it? Just he was the leader of the rebellion, and that's bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
Because my mom's the general.
Right. And I mean, I would say, like, it is obvious that the writer wants the reader to know that I'm sure it was probably justified, but like,
or there's something about this world that we don't know yet that we may figure out. Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah. So Violet crosses. I mean, it's like hard, and she's being chased by. There's this guy named Jack who's like, just like for no reason, Violet is on the parapet and she turns around and Jack is like shoving motherfuckers off of the parapet and he's like, and you're next. He's just like crazy. He's crazy for no reason. He's
wait, and are these kids falling off this parapet? Are they like dying? Are they
like just fall to their death and they die. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And so Violet has this really helpful thing she does where when she's nervous, she recites in her head like facts. Like it's and it's sort of funny on paper, but in reality it's just so that we can learn about Navarre and the history of Navarre, because that's how she does it.
That's sort of, I can't tell if that's dumb or clever way of info dumping. It's like right on that line.
I always hate it when it happens, but when it's done, there are like funny moments where she'll like be climbing something and saying facts, and characters will be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she's like, "Don't. It's a thing I do. Don't worry about it." And
that's what I'm stressed. Kind of funny. I say George Washington crossed the Delaware.
That is the same exact thing. That is the same exact thing. Which in a movie, like if a character was under stress and they were doing that, that is very funny. But it is
Benjamin Franklin invented lightning.
Benjamin Franklin could beat Raiden from Mortal Kombat in a fight. So she gets across, and if you get across, you're automatically a cadet. If
you don't get across, you're dead. So
she gets across, and her friend Rhiannon that she met, literally crossing the parapet, they met and they became best friends. She gets across, and Jack gets across, and like several other random characters get across too.
Jack is like the Malfoy guy. Who's sort of mean and
They get across. Let me see what I have here. Oh right, when she gets inside, she meets Dane. Atos again, and she's like, oh, my childhood best friend, and he's also so hot and dreamy. Oh no, what am I going to do? But Dane, he's like, babe, you can't be here. You're too small for writing school. And she's like, no, I'm not. I can do it. I need to prove it to myself that I can do it. Which is strangely compelling. She is given every opportunity to leave and do the thing she really wanted to do, but after she crosses the bridge, she's like, no, I need to prove to myself that I can do this. Oh. That is sort of compelling.
Yeah.
They all get sorted into their wings. Like, that is there's like, I'm not going to get into it, but there's like the wing, and then there's like the Talon, and then there's like, the Talon has several different squads, right?
All right.
So it's like,
is it just based on their job, or is it like a Harry Potter house?
No, it's just random. They just are randomly assigned. But Dane like fudges the numbers and is like, Dane is the squad leader, not the wing leader, which is like the top one. He's just the head of the tiny squad, and he's like, I'll have you be in my second squad, so that you can't. Oh, a big thing in Basgiath is that the students can kill each other at any time. Because a big point is like, dragons bond to their riders, so if you want that dragon, you have to kill the person riding it. And so a lot of the conflict is like the unbonded reject students are like trying to assassinate the riders who do have them. So but people in the same squad can't kill each other. And so Dane is like, oh, if she's in my squad and I make sure like her cool friend Rhiannon is in her squad, then we can chill. And as they're
does this ride the line of, we have dangerous stakes for a bunch of college kids. But also, like, if this is how you ran, is this the most efficient way to run a military? Like, could you set this up? Could a country set up this system in this exact situation and not have it like fall apart in 2 seconds?
So this is exactly what I'm talking about, because characters like meet and talk about that and are like, something is so weird, like what is happening? Like all of the kids from the rebellion like meet up and talk about like how they are forced to join this violent school, and it's like, what is the point of all of this? And now I don't know if any of that has a resolution. It's not interesting if it just like brings up that question and then like 2 books later she's like, oh, I went back to Basgiath and oh, what good times I had there. Like that's nothing.
It could be like, it's sort of like an Ender's Game thing, you know?
Yeah,
that's very possible, you know. It is giving a sort of like Ender's Game vibes a little bit.
1,000%, yes. So she gets sorted into Dane's wing, and Dane's wing leader is like, I don't know, some girl or whatever. But then there's like a scuffle and like a conversation, and then they get switched around, and so Dane's squad joins this other girl's squad, and that girl's squad's wing leader is Xaden Ryerson. And you're like, oh my god. And
this is the second time she's meeting him with being told not to meet him.
This begins like a really annoying... It's instantly obvious that something is up. And it's not just that Xaden wants to kill her, because why would he go through all this trouble? Like, she's so suspicious of... She's like, oh my god, he's out to kill me. He brought me closer to him so he can kill me. And it's like instantly apparent and frustrating that is so not what's going on.
He could just have thrown you off the parapet two seconds ago.
Right. And he's like being like weird and mysterious and like keeps staring at her.
In a way that you have a crush on someone, not in a I'm gonna kill you.
Or in a way that it's like I don't know. I don't know if he has a crush on her, but he is like staring daggers and is angry at her, but for an unrelated reason that is going to pop up later.
Sort of like Edward in Twilight. It's like, why does he keep staring at me? Does he hate me?
Exactly.
He just wants to eat you.
Right. He's just hungry. That's how I look at cows. I don't want to fuck that cow.
Put the cow in my squad so that I can turn it into a burger.
There's so they go to bed or whatever, and a couple days go by, and they're like, okay, now we need to start like fight training, because you can't just fly the dragon. Like sometimes you're gonna need to land the dragon and stab dudes with your sword. So they're like, okay. So they start fight training, and Violet just gets her fucking shit rocked crazy style. Like some chick rips her arm out of her socket because she's like a little weird nerd. And so she gets like her arm patched up, and Dane is like, see what I told you? Like, you can't hang. You need to leave. And she's like, fuck you. And Dissension is like, they're like, oh, we used to be best friends, and why is he being so annoying about all this? And so she realizes that she can't win in a fight against any of the people she gets paired up with. So what she does is she's like, you have a job at the school too. So she chooses breakfast duty. And so she wakes up before everybody else, and she finds this notebook. I don't remember how she gets it, but she gets this notebook, and it's like her brother's guide that she wrote for her sister when her sister was entering the college, as like how to survive.
Oh. Well, because now just to clarify, her sister is a dragon rider and is a badass, right?
Yeah. And she's not like in the school anymore. She's like out on the front lines, like kicking ass.
She graduated, but she did not die.
Yeah. I think she finds it on her bed or something. I think her sister like smuggled in. Her sister also made, this is important, I forgot to mention it, Violet is wearing dragon plate, like scale armor underneath her very tight riding leathers. And it's so people like are constantly stabbing her and are being like, what the hell? And then like she like manages to get the upper hand. She
plot armor.
Yeah, literally, yes. She has she learns from her brother Brennan's notebook that there is a way to learn, like the matches are random, but they're actually not. Like when the guy is calling them out, he pretends as if he's randomly calling them out, but there is a reason that they're fighting each other. And so Violet finds like the list that they make every morning, and she finds who she's fighting, and she poisons that person. She like
nice
not to kill them, but just like poisons them. And there's like fun moments where like she like mistimes the poison, and it's like, oh my god, like the person is like beating the shit out of her, and then they get poisoned, and she's like, okay, so I know that if I'm going to use this poison, I need to do it way earlier than when I did, so I don't get the shit kicked out of me.
That's fun. That's kind of clever.
Yeah, it's fun. And then she shows up one day and her opponent's not there. And the guy's like, well, your opponent didn't show up because he's in the bathroom throwing up. And then Xaden is like, no, I'll do it. I'll fight her.
Oh.
And she's like, oh my God, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. And so he takes the field. And he just absolutely wipes like everything she does. She's like judo hip tossing her, and he manages to take all of her knives. She has like 7, so he takes all of her knives through the course of the fight, and he's like pinning her down, and it's like very steamy. But he keeps like whispering like tips and tricks about fighting, and so like they like stand up again, and she gets like closer and closer to like nicking him, but not really close ever, and then he's
whispering tips, she's whispering facts, and between all that we get everything we need to know.
Right, exactly. So they like separate or whatever, and that's the first weird thing.
All right, so are these fights, do they fight to the death, or is it specifically not to the death?
Whatever happens.
Oh, okay, got
it. The guy, the professor who runs the fight, like stops it before it gets out of hand, but if someone gets killed, it's like, all right. Yeah.
Got it.
She goes out one night, and she's sneaking around, and she's trying to find a poison. And, what I'm about to say might actually happen before this. I don't remember. But she's out trying to find a poison, and she sneaks up into a tree to try to get something, like something high up in the tree. And then a bunch of people, like, show up into the glade that she's in. She's like, what the hell's going on? And they all of the children of the leaders of the rebellion have, like, this mark on them. And it is illegal. It's fucked up. It's illegal for gatherings of more than 3 of these people at any given time. It is illegal.
Oh, that
never happens. So,
like,
all get executed.
So, like, the current regime put this mark on all the people who were involved in the rebellion?
Yeah.
All right. That's kind of interesting, actually.
A bunch of them show up and talk, and Violet's like, okay, well, this is way more than 3.
I'm going to execute them.
And so, but then, like, Xaden is there, and he's, like, giving them all instructions, and they say, like, when do we get to kill Violet? And it's Xaden, his cousin, and this guy named Garrick. I don't remember his cousin's name. Bodhi is his name.
So are there more than 3 of them at this meeting?
There's like 50 at the meeting.
Okay, got it.
And they say, like, when are we going to get to kill her? And Garrick is like, we're not going to do that. Like, it's not her fault that her mom is such a raging bitch and killed everybody. Like it's not her fault. Like, we can't treat her like that. We're no better than that. And Xaden, like, agrees. And Violet's like, what the hell's going on? But even after this moment, Violet's like, he's out to kill me. And it's like, he couldn't be less out to kill you if he tried.
Yeah, remember the conversation you heard where they talked about killing you and he said, no, we're not doing that?
Yeah. So they all of those kids, rebellion kids, leave, and Violet, like, jumps out of the tree, and she's like, phew, and then Xaden grabs her, and he was like, I knew you were there the whole time. Like, my magic power is that I can control shadows. Check this out. And, like, his shadow, like, morphs out of the ground and grabs her knife and, like, points it to her throat, and is like, are you gonna tell anybody I did that? Like, had that
Wait, does he have a dragon?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
He's a 3rd year, so by this point, they have dragons.
Ooh, junior.
And so he has he can control shadows, which is like crazy. He can control shadows like, I'm talking like Malazan ability to control shadows. Like, if the room is dark, everybody is dead in it. He can just make everybody die in that room.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. And like, there's a moment she like throws a knife at him, and like a shadow like catches it and like brings it to him. It's pretty sweet. But
his only weakness is a flashlight, but that creates his shadow. Never mind.
It makes him stronger. He says, like, are you going to tell anybody I had this meeting? And she's like, no. And he's like, okay, I don't know why, but I believe you, so we're tight. And I owe you one. I owe you a big favor.
It's because you talked about not killing me. That's why.
Right. And so they separate, and she's like, oh my God, he's just messing with me. He wants to kill me. And this is like the thing I'm talking about where it's like, no, I just wish you were over this. No, he doesn't.
Well, because if she wasn't over it, there'd like be no conflict or nothing for her to worry about. So.
They have to do this thing at some point called the Gauntlet, which is like a big scary obstacle course meant to simulate like jumping and mounting your dragon under difficult circumstances. It's sort of confusingly described. It's like scaling a mountain, but it's like a fun obstacle course. I mean, it's if you fall, you die. But so they get to like practice, and Violet can't ever do it, and she can't figure it out, and she's like, oh my God, because if you can't make it up the obstacle course, there's no going back down. Like, if you do just go back down, they will just kill you, like the professors. You do have to make it up the obstacle course.
Okay.
And so she can't do... You ever watch American Ninja Warrior?
Oh, yeah.
You know the wall at the end of the course?
At the end, yeah.
It's that is the thing that she can't do. She can't make it up there because she's like 3 feet tall.
Right.
And so she can't do it, and she's like... Xaden gives her this advice during their duel where she's like... She's like, I can only win if I poison them. And he's like, you don't have to follow the rules. There are other ways to... Because his thing is like, listen, you're not going to be able to poison the random guy you fight on the battlefield, but there is more than one way to skin a cat. Like, it's not either subterfuge or beat them in a fight. Like, use your fucking head. And she's like, okay, so I got to use my head on this obstacle. So the day of the gauntlet comes, and she gets through the whole thing, and then her plan is she like runs up the wall and takes out her knives and like scales it with her knives, which is against the rules. And like one of the students, because you wouldn't be able to stab your dragon is the idea, and like scale your dragon.
You have to climb your dragon. I see. Right.
And so a student gets really mad, and then she like quotes the actual quote in the handbook to her that it is not technically against the rules to you.
Nowhere in this rule book does it say a dog can't play basketball.
But it's you can't use like objects you found in the college to like help you with this. And she's like, I didn't find them in the college. I brought these knives with me, so they're technically of my person. And Xaden's like, well, she has a point, but Dane is like, I can't believe you broke the rules like that. And he's like, what the hell? Like, fuck you, man. So they do this. All of the people who got past the gauntlet, they get to do presentation, which is where they... I don't know if that's what it's called.
Ostensibly, a lot of college kids died during this trial
there's
as well.
63 remaining people in like their whole class. I don't remember how many entered, but it was a lot more than that.
So you have to keep remembering, at any point, there's like dozens of people dying.
Yeah. It's about to happen again. They do this thing where they like parade. They go like to the top part of the Vale where all the dragons are, and they like just walk in a straight line. Like all the dragons are lined up, and they just walk in a straight line to the end of this path, and then come back. And if the dragons like instantly at that moment deem you not worthy, they just like eviscerate you or like eat you.
Jeez.
Violet learns at dragon class that she learns about all the dragons, and they all have a dumb like, green dragons you have to bow, and red dragons you need to look in the eye.
Oh, okay.
But he's like, oh, the they have like genealogical names, but I don't remember what they are. But I just remember their colors. But
do the dragons talk?
In their minds, that happens later. Like
after like
they
bond
just like
or something?
grunt and like
sure,
like classic dragon, but they telekinetically speak.
Got it.
Violet learns, and everybody learns, that like a black dragon is going to be there, like the big one, like the biggest, the second biggest dragon maybe ever is going to be there, and he's only there, like the professor is like, he's just there to watch because he's sort of like the big dog. The general of the army, not her mom, but like the big guy, has the other black dragon.
Oh, okay. So, but this black dragon is
he's unbonded.
Unbonded.
Yeah. And so now this is, I gotta say, this is kind of smart, and I like this. So what happens is she goes, like, they all walk through the dragon thing, and the black dragon isn't there, and they're like, Jack is there, and he's like, oh fuck, I really wanted to ride the black dragon. But there is like a baby dragon, a gold dragon. They all have like a different tail, so there's like club tails and morning star tails, just like based off of the shape. And this dragon is a feather tail. It has no, it can't fight.
Oh,
like,
so
it has
it's useless.
Right. And it is seriously 4 feet tall. Like, it is small baby golden dragon, and it's just like sitting there, and they're all joking. They're like, Violet, like that's gonna be your dragon, like, 'cause you're fucking small. And they see it, and it flies away, and a couple of their classmates like get killed and eviscerated, but Violet doesn't. Violet, 2 green dragons like stop and like inspect her, and she's like, oh, you probably smell my sister, because she's wearing the dragon scales on her, and her sister has a green dragon, and she's like, oh, you probably miss your friend. And they don't say anything, but they like sniff her and stuff, and then they just like go back in line.
The friend being
the other green dragon,
her sister's dragon. All right,
correct.
Not the dragon the armor is made out of.
That is the same That is the same person. It is made out of her sister's dragon's scales.
Oh, like the scales are taken, the dragon didn't die. Like you don't have to kill a dragon to make dragon armor. Got it.
So then what happened, threshing is what it's called, is when the dragons bond. Because and it's described as like, you enter this forest and you just sort of know which direction to walk in. Like, you just know.
So this is like the
this is the
ritual. Yeah. All right. This is after the when they're walking through.
Yeah. Right? Which even more people have died. A bunch of people died during the walks, and now there's even less.
Sure.
But all the first years, all the unbonded cadets.
So it's a literal forest they walk in like the dragon area. Got it.
Yeah, unsupervised.
Right.
And so this is the battle royale I was joking about, because like they do like, the students do kill each other in like a bid to get like the cool dragons. She has no she's like, I don't feel anything. And like people are like walking in directions and she's like, I don't have any feeling about any of these dragons. And she's walking and she hears Jack and his group of assholes planning to kill the golden dragon. They're like, let's just kill it, because who ends up riding that thing is going to die, and it's going to like kill their rider. So if we kill it first, we'll be heroes. Like we'll have saved whoever that was.
That's crazy, but whatever.
No, it is stupid. And she's like, that's fucked up. They can't kill a dragon. So she follows them, and the gold dragon is just like sitting in a field. And Violet like runs out in front of it and is like, you need to leave. And it just like looks at her, just like kind of dumbfounded. And she's like, oh my fucking God, it's not leaving. And then she turns around and like all the bad guys emerge from the forest.
Nice.
And she's like, okay, so I guess we're doing this. And she keeps telling the dragon to fly, but she's not flying. And so she like takes out her knives and she's like ready for battle. And she kicks a little bit of ass. Like she's really good at throwing her daggers, and she throws
she's
one.
Listened to the guy's tips.
She did.
From
she did. And she's gonna taste his tip maybe a little later. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean that. I mean, I did mean
that's spoilers. Spoilers.
She like fucks up these guys, but eventually they get the jump on her and they start beating the hell out of her. Oh, I guess right before that, the battle's about to start, and then she hears a voice to her left, and it's Xaden, and he's like, and the like part of the rules of the threshing is that nobody's allowed to interfere. Like whatever happens. And Xaden's like, I'm not interfering, but the rules don't say I can't talk. And so the whole time he's like, behind you, like duck. And so she's helping him, but she's still getting her ass kicked. Xaden,
by what? By one guy, by Jack
3
or
guys.
whatever.
It's Jack and his posse, but
also
those
aren't
other two
like
guys don't matter.
Aren't two people technically also intervening? Like if in a one-on-one,
like leadership, like school leadership can't intervene.
Because he's not. He's like a third year. Got it. Okay, that's right.
Xaden is there with his blue dragon, who's like the biggest, scariest blue dragon ever.
The hottest blue dragon ever.
Yeah. And there's like a moment where she's kicking ass, and then like Jack runs away or whatever, and this guy, one of the random like bullies, like stops dead in his tracks and is like staring right behind Violet. And Violet turns around, and the black dragon, who was just there to watch, has like put its wing in front of the golden dragon, and it talks to Violet, and it says, he's like, I would probably get out of the way if I were you, because I'm gonna light this guy on fire. And so that's what happens. She does get out of the way, and it lights the guy on fire.
Nice, yeah.
And we learn that this dragon's name is Tairn. He's got a super long dragon name, but Tairn is what he's referred to as. Tairn,
the big black dragon.
The big black dragon. And he's like, all right, get on to Violet. And Violet's like, this is a joke. Like, I am 4 feet tall and you are the biggest thing ever. I can't climb up on you. And he's like, oh, that's right. And so he like lowers his leg for her to climb up, and that does not happen. Like you have to prove to the dragon that you are worthy of riding it, not that it's willing to accommodate you. And they have fun. They have very fun banter where she's like, you were the grumpiest person I've ever met, and he's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I've been alive for a long time.
Her and the dragon. They have fun banter.
Awesome. and they fly away. And part of like the threshing is sometimes, you might have bonded to the dragon, but you might fall off and then die, and they don't catch you. Right. The dragons don't catch you. And it's what happens to Violet, except Tairn catches her.
Whoa.
And is like, okay, we're going to try that again. And so like she keeps falling, and he keeps catching her and helping her. And they go back to the flight field, and they land. hippogriff style, and it's a big party and big celebration, and everybody's freaking out, except Taryn lands, and the Golden Dragon lands, and they tell her, they're like, we've both bonded to you, and it's like, that's never happened once ever before, ever. That's never happened.
Oh my gosh, Violet Sorrengail's special.
I know, she's special. And there's this like weird moment where she like they instantly in that moment they get their signet. It's called a signet because it is literally like burned into their body somewhere. Mm-hmm. Hers is like big tattooed dragon wings on her back. She like blinks and then is like watching her from behind, and then like blinks again and is like in her body again, and it's like, oh, that's weird.
Oh.
And then like she feels her signet power activate. They don't know what it is right away. Like it starts to present itself like that kid a little later.
That's like her magic power. And
well, maybe there's a moment later, so she might have two, which she has two dragons, which is pretty
that makes
sweet.
Sense. Okay, so another bit of clarification.
Yes, sorry.
So you said like the dragon riders can all kill so that they can kill each other during the threshing or whatever. Once you're bonded to a dragon, like, does killing you do anything? Does that free up a dragon? And then, so if you're already bonded, you're like, no one's really going to try to kill you anymore. Right, but if you
are bonded, and this happens, if you are bonded and your friend is unbonded, since you are a powerful mage with a dragon now, you have a better chance of killing that dragon for your friend who, like, wants the dragon. You know what I mean? Like, if some schmuck tried to attack Xaden Ryerson, they'd get killed because he is shadow magic. But if a different shadow mage tried to attack the shadow mage for their friend who is not a shadow mage, then maybe they could get their own dragon.
So the dragon riders are still like legitimate targets. They're still targets. They're just harder to kill because they have a dragon and magic.
Right, exactly.
Got it. All right.
But like all of the generals and stuff argue with each other, like, this has never happened before, like, this is why should she have this? But then they decide that this is what should happen, and her mom is there, but all her mom cares about is the dragon, not her, and she's like, I hate her. And that's like the first time she says that. It's like, I hate my mom. And Jack gets a dragon. Unfortunately, he does have a dragon. Dane sees what dragon she has and is like, this is the worst thing that could have possibly ever happened. And he's like, why? And he says, he's like, because your dragon and Xaden's dragon are mates. And a big thing with the dragons is like, if it's sort of like
like Violet's black dragon and Xaden's blue dragon are mates.
Yeah.
Ooh, sexy.
It is sexy. They're called a bonded pair, and so a bonded pair can happen between dragons and their riders. So it's sort of like a rectangle is what's going on here. If like and Taryn's previous rider died, and it almost killed him, because they were so close, and thus him almost dying almost killed Guile, which is the blue dragon's name,
right? And which would have almost killed Zane.
And so now Xaden has to keep...
Xaden, not Zane. Zane's from Mistborn. I get confused.
So now Xaden has to keep Violet alive no matter what, because if Violet dies, Xaden will probably die too.
And they might fall in love?
Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. But Dane kisses, like, he's so happy that Violet is gone, and Dane kisses Violet, and she's like, oh my god, this is all I've ever wanted, so why don't I feel anything? Oh, no. She doesn't like him anymore. I wonder who she likes now.
Dane's like the childhood friend? Okay.
He's like the rule follower. He's a loser nerd is what he is, I'll tell you that.
He didn't get bonded to no two dragons.
So after they're bonded riders, and we have our riders and our unbonded cadets and whatever, and a few days go by, and the high school college popularity changes, and so now Violet's like king of the crop, and like all of these bullies and stuff are treating her all different. And the girl who like ripped her arm out of her socket at first, Xaden has her teach Violet like self-defense and like combat and weight training to get her stronger. And so that happens in variations over a few chapters. And but then, and this is where I stopped reading because I thought this was a good stopping point. One night she's having a dream about her father, and she wakes up.
And her father died, right? We don't...
Yeah, her father died.
Okay.
And she wakes up to Taryn in her head telling her to get up, like, get up. And then, because a sword, like, comes down and crashes onto her ribs and, like, fucks her up. But she's wearing the armor.
Yeah.
But this guy doesn't know that, so he hits her, and he's like, what the fuck? And she wakes up, and there's, like, 18 people in her room. Like, all here to kill her. And they do start to, like, kill her, and one guy, like, picks her up and, like, has the knife to her throat and is about to, like, put it in when the door explodes, and you hear... Oh, the golden dragon's name is Undarna. Undarna talks to her and is like, move now, and time freezes.
Whoa.
And she, like, slips out of his grasp and, like, moves to the door, but, like, bumps into Xaden, who, like, burst in. Because Taryn is like, you have to stay alive for, like, 10 more seconds. He's almost there.
Yeah.
And when time resumes, Xaden does the thing where he's just, like, causes the shadows to, like, kill everybody in the room, and he has all of the rebellion kids, like, help drag out the bodies. And she's like, I don't know what's going on, but she's like so exhausted she like passes out. And that is where I stopped reading.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Pretty cool. Oh, I didn't say this. The wing that Violet and Xaden is in is Fourth Wing. So that's where we get the title.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I don't know if Violet has 2 powers, but I kind of like it. I hope she does.
You've sold me on this.
Really?
Yeah.
Now remember,
I don't know if it's just because how much I like dragons,
right?
But like, and that I just finished the worst book I've ever read.
Yeah, I mean, you do have to read it sentence
fun.
by sentence, which is not my most favorite thing to do in the world, but it is pretty good.
Well, but it also seems like stuff's happening that you wouldn't expect, and also, I don't know.
No, stuff is happening. Stuff is definitely happening, but I've been really enjoying it. I'm excited to see how it ends. I know that in, like, the next chapter they leave school. Like, they don't graduate, but they go on, like, a field trip that maybe ends in disaster. So I'm looking forward to that.
Ooh.
I am very... I'll say this, I think that this book is succeeding on 2 fronts. Unlike ACOTAR, I think that the immediate plot is interesting, and I am excited to learn more about the overarching plot, because it's very obvious that none of these leaders of the school are to be trusted in any way, and what really was this rebellion, and why are all of the rebellion kids, aside from they need to keep her alive, like, being so kind and helping her.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or like, what's happening to the dragons? It's not like an ACOTAR. It's like, there's a mysterious blight, and then halfway through, the character's like, actually, everything you know about this fairy world is a lie, and it's all actually different. And let me tell you how it all, halfway through this book, no one's going like, actually, your magic powers and dragons don't exist. It's all in your head. True.
I also just remembered, I do actually know what Empyrean is. It is the like meeting of the Dragon High Command is the Empyrean. Like, that is like Dragon God,
the Dragon
or whatever.
Council.
Yeah. So and Taryn can't just tell her what's happening. It's like, no, that's dragon stuff. Like, dragons are really the top dogs around here, so we can't just answer all your questions. Like, we'll tell you on a need to know basis. So pretty cool.
Is what's in it for the dragons also just like protecting their homeland with the help of humans?
At least that's what it seems.
So far, all right. Because there's always the big question of when dragons are like this hyper intelligent species and like have humans around. There always the question of like, what's in it for the dragons?
What's in it for the dragons is that the dragons can't activate their magic without bonding to the human.
Oh, I see. So dragons alone aren't like, we'll be fine on our own. Yeah. No, they also got it.
And Taryn is so powerful, he can like magically have Violet like stay on him.
Nice.
But she's like, I need to learn how to ride this because I can't have you spend so much of your magic keeping me on. And he's like, all right, whatever you say. It doesn't really he seems very overpowered, so I'm very interested to see like what happens with him. And I like the 2 dragons. I think that's fun. I mean, like I said, the plot is interesting. it's sort of like if you described Mistborn to somebody that with the same energy I've described Fourth Wing, you could also be tricked into thinking it's good. Now, this book is not good. This book is very bad, but I am enjoying it. And it's not
nice.
It's not like so bad it's good. It's just like schlocky, like C movie stuff.
Does like when you're reading it like sentence by sentence, is that like, are you like, oh, what's going on? Like the way I was describing ACOTAR. No, it's like, it's just very, surface level, sort of like, Mistborn, where it's like, what's happening is sort of happening.
Yeah, and unless I just sort of tuned them out, there's no repetitive, like, annoying phrase that keeps getting said.
Trembling, shaking, watery bowels, or whatever.
They are constantly clenching their hands into fists. That is something that's happening.
Nice.
Yeah. Or the nails dug into their fist.
I think every author just has to have that happen, because there's no other way humans can show emotion.
He hissed. I mean, that's... Yeah. a snake guy in this book? Yeah, that's all I have to say about Fourth Wing for now. I am looking forward to update everybody on how this book wraps up and what the bonus content looks like. I'm excited to hear about
it. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
That's good, and if I like it, I might read the second one, and that might just be for me, but we'll see.
Because gosh darn it, Mac, I wish I was the super special one at Dragon Riding College, because dragons are awesome.
Dragons are awesome. And her name is Violet so that people can leave flowers, crushed up violets on her bed, because violets are notoriously fragile, I guess? I don't know.
What? But, that's a thing that happens?
Yeah, well, like, that's like a threat, It's very odd, like... She's like, what could this mean? And Rhiannon's like, they're violets, and she crushed them up. Like, that's what we're dealing with here. But it's like, when I'm reading it, I'm like, oh no, Violet, watch out! Like, it just washes over you. It's the PBR of fantasy literature,
Yeah.
Everybody likes PBR.
Yeah, no one. But it's not good. Sometimes you just want a PBR.
Yeah, sometimes you just want a PBR. Especially if this is Guy Fieri's favorite book.
This book was on diners, drive-ins, and dives. Also, while you were talking, I looked it up. I didn't know this book just came out like a year ago. That's crazy.
Brand new, hot off the presses.
And the sequel's already also out as well.
Yeah, and the third one comes out next January.
Oh, cool.
Or actually, it might be. Excuse me, sorry. It might be sooner than that. Let's see, it's called Onyx Storm, I think, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, no, January 21st, 2025.
Wow. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
I know, me too. Sorry you had to sit through the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Literature-wise.
Well, it's not the worst. Literature-wise, yeah. If reading A Court of Thorns and Roses was the worst thing that ever happened to me, I mean...
You have a pretty sweet life. You have a pretty sweet gig. It's like I saw a tweet that was complaining. Yeah, I don't know. Some dumbass was like, I can't wear, it's just gone woke. And it's like, if the hardest thing in your life is that you can't, like, comment gross stuff on Sydney Sweeney's Instagram, I wish I had your life. I wish I had your life. All right, everybody. Well,
speaking of, that's just unconscionable, so.
Unless you have any closing thoughts, Danilo, I think that brings us to the end of the podcast.
I don't. I'm excited to see where it goes. Your enthusiasm has rubbed off on me, and also I like dragons, and inside of me there's still an 8-year-old boy who likes dragons and wants to go to dragon riding school. So
absolutely,
I am right there with you.
Nice, good. Well, if you are right there with us, send us an email at hardcoverhooligans@gmail.com.
Doesn't have to be about anything, just an email.
Email, no subject line,
anything.
Nothing in the body. You send me a sketchy link and I'll click on it live. Leave a 5-star review with your favorite Fourth Wing quote. Mine is the one I read earlier that sounds like the Amazon spiders line from Madam Web. Another Sydney Sweeney joint. Also, follow us on Instagram at hardcoverhooligans. I always want to say at hardcoverhooligans.com, but that is just that would be a crazy Instagram. Yeah. That'd be a crazy Instagram handle. Yeah, what's up? It's McIntyreGodwin.com on Instagram.
That's your full first name now. It's McIntyreGodwin.com. One line.
Yeah, I'm crazy and I don't know how HTML
My
works.
name's a URL.
Well, my name's a URL. I comment and gross stuff on Cindy Sweeney's Instagram. It's a whole thing.
But also, I love her movies.
God, I love her movies. I thought you said I love her or something else. You said movies.
Movies.
All right, everybody. Well, if you much like Zayden Ryerson and Violet Sorengel, stay hard.
Stay hard, everyone.
Stay hard and wear your riding leathers. They say the word riding a lot. I'm just saying that better come back in a big way.
My riding leathers are riding up my ass.
They're up my ass, and Zayden is looking at my ass. That does happen. He is checking her out.
Zayden's ass looks good in tight riding leathers.
That could be a direct quote. That seriously could be a direct quote.